Hi everyone, welcome to Anaheim Park Tours. I'm Jim, this is Crystal, and this is our detailed overnight experience staying at the Courtyard Marriott theme park entrance in Anaheim. The Courtyard Marriott is about a half-mile walk or 805 meters to the gates of Disneyland, and it takes 8 to 10 minutes to walk that distance depending on your pace. Parking is $40 a day and it's valet only. There is also EV charging that is located on site. When we stayed here, we paid $400 a night, and that includes all taxes and fees.
Up next is staff and service, and we were really impressed with this staff here. We would say they're on par with the Disneyland Resort cast members. Super friendly, very warm and welcoming. We never went through the lobby without being greeted. And as an added bonus, when we got up to our room, we had no idea until we walked into our room, they upgraded us to a view room for no additional charge. So that was just icing on the cake.
That brings us to property conditions, and we want to state that this hotel will start renovating in November of 2024, and those renovations will continue until March of 2025. Now, we did talk to a staff member at the hotel and to find out what they're going to exactly renovate, and it's going to first start off in the lobby. The lobby is going to get reconfigured. The bistro as well will get reconfigured, which is the on-site restaurant, and then the rooms themselves will get new paint, new carpeting, new furniture, and repairs will be done to the rooms, new linens, and new drapes. We knew ahead of time that the hotel would be undergoing renovations, so we kind of thought the rooms would be a little bit worn out. And surprisingly, they were in excellent condition. The furniture showed just a little bit of wear, but overall, the rooms were in great shape. And this brings us to cleanliness of the room. We want to first start off to talk about housekeeping. There is no daily housekeeping at this hotel, and housekeeping is done every second and fourth night of your stay at the hotel. Of course, you can always call to get more towels delivered if needed. The room itself was spotless. We'll start off first in the bathroom. Usually we really like to nitpick in the bathroom to see if there's hair or anything like that, and it was completely spotless. It was as clean as our house here. And the room itself, like I said, was in very good shape. No complaints there. The little bit of nitpicking we like to do is dust on high surfaces, and we found it in two places. The first being the very corner of the bunk bed, and we imagined that was probably hard for housekeeping to get up there and dust. And the second place was on top of the TV. Very minor, not a big deal. Now on to the couple of bad items that we want to point out about the hotel or the room. The first is a lot of the power outlets in our particular room were not functional. And when you plugged in your power plug, they would fall out. The hotel itself only has 2 elevators to service the hotel, so there were times of the day where we had to wait a little bit longer than what we would normally expect to wait. So at peak times, just be prepared to wait a little extra time for that elevator.
Up next is room comfort and noise. So the one concern that we had staying here was how loud is the room going to be with Harbor Boulevard right there and the freeway. It was really, really quiet. And our room ended up being right in the front of the property, right above the entrance doors and the area where you pull up for valet. We were never awakened at all night long, and Jim is a very light sleeper and he slept great with any kind of road noise or freeway noise. Also, we didn't really hear a lot of noise in the hallways at this hotel. To be fair, our room was at the very end of a dead-end hallway, so that might have been one reason why, but we didn't hear any noise ourselves in the hallways. Now, if you open the slider door to the balcony, of course you're going to hear all of that road noise, but the cool part about having that door open as well is you can hear the monorail, you can hear the monorail honk, and you can hear the train whistle. We love hearing all that kind of stuff, and so we mostly had the door open in our room when we were in there. Once you close that slider door, you don't really hear the noise, you just kind of hear a slight hum, so it's almost like you have a noise machine on, but very, very low volume. A lot of times we get asked about the water pressure in the shower. For me, it was zero issue. I was able to wash my hair and get all the soap out without a problem. We would say it's on par with a lot of the hotels in the Southern California area where they regulate how much water comes through the shower head. It was still enough pressure for me to get all the soap out of my hair. My hair is really thick, so it does take me a minute, but it was great. Okay, now moving on to the bad, and it's just kind of minor things, and we're being a little bit nitpicky because of the price point for this room. Like Jim mentioned, we did pay $400 a night for this room, And at that price point, we expect these things to be a little bit better than they were. And we realized that the Courtyard Marriott is not a luxury high-end property for Marriott, but at this price point, we expected a little bit nicer. And those two things are the bath towels and the mattresses. So the bath towels were really thin. I was actually shocked how thin they were, and they reminded us a lot of the budget hotels that we've stayed at in the Anaheim area. They were great towels. I mean, no holes or anything like that. They weren't worn out or anything like that, no stains, but really thin. So that was a little bit surprising. And then the mattress, I did okay on the mattress. Jim was not a fan of the mattress.
Yeah, and for me, I felt like I could feel each individual spring on the mattress. And take in mind, I do have a couple back injuries I have been dealing with for a number of years. And so that also could affect how I feel about the mattress. I know mattresses are very personal. We do sleep on a Tempur-Pedic here, and we are used to more of a cushy bed, which also can influence my decision-making about the mattress. But I did go climb into the other bed in the middle of the night. Crystal was wondering who messed up the other bed in the room, and it was me. And I wanted to see if it was just the particular bed we chose to sleep in, and the other one for me was just as uncomfortable.
Hopefully they addressed that during the renovations. It sounded like they were going to replace the mattresses, so that would be a huge plus for us moving forward. And the last little nitpicky thing is, it's kind of minor, but for us, we really enjoy having furniture out on the balcony if our room has a balcony. And the Courtyard Marriott did not have any furniture out on the balcony, and the balcony was really big. So I just felt like it was something that was really missing. We love to sit out and enjoy the Southern California weather, and like I said, we had an awesome view, so it would have been great to have some chairs out there. That being said, a lot of the hotels in the Anaheim area, for some reason, that have balconies, they don't have furniture, and I can never understand why they don't do that, because for us it's a huge selling point to be able to sit out on the balcony and enjoy yourself.
Moving on to amenities, and we're going to first start off in the lobby. There is a Starbucks in the lobby. We actually did not go to the Starbucks. We made our own drinks in our room, but we did quickly look at the menu, and it does look like it is a full Starbucks. They do have pastries in there. And that Starbucks opens at 6:30 a.m. And that also brings up the bistro. The bistro is the restaurant, and that restaurant is open from 6:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it's a fantastic option first thing in the morning. And then if you like to stay late, as you may or may not know, Disney seems to stop selling food right around the fireworks period of time. And so a lot of people start looking for food after fireworks and realize nothing's open. So this is a great option for you if you are headed back to the hotel at night. Prices are fair for the area. Take in mind you are in a resort town. Disney's right next door. Most prices seem to range between $10 and $15 for most items. In the lobby, there is a souvenir shop which sells a large number of souvenirs. There's drinks, there's beer, there's toiletries. So if you forget anything, you could pick it up in there. But if that shop is closed, there is a grab and go area which has a number of drinks, snacks, toiletries, laundry detergent, and beer. Since I mentioned laundry, there is self-service laundry on site. And on the second floor is a fitness center and the pool. And let's talk more about the pool. The pool is still reservation only. You can book reservations 60 days out before your trip. And each guest is limited to 3 reservation slots per day, and those slots are for 2 hours at a time. So they are still limiting capacity at the pool. The water park has a pool, a spa, slides, and a small water park. The water park's geared towards smaller children. Teens and adults will absolutely love the water slides, and you're not necessarily coming here for the pool and spa because it is on the smaller side. Finally, out in the parking lot, there's Mimi's Cafe, and they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Panera Bread is located right next door, and then a couple doors down, you can also go to McDonald's.
Who would want to stay here? We want to start off by saying we absolutely loved our stay at this hotel. We loved our room and the view, and we are really looking forward to staying here in the future and seeing what changes during the renovations. That being said, this hotel is very expensive. It is one of the most expensive hotels in the Disneyland area, besides the actual Disneyland hotels. So if you have a smaller family and you don't need the larger room size of the Courtyard Marriott, we would highly suggest when pricing out the Courtyard Marriott compared to the Disneyland hotels, because the Disneyland hotels offer early entry and you get to stay in that Disney bubble. A lot of people love to stay in that Disney bubble. And the reason we recommend to do that is because the $400 a night we paid for this hotel was on the cheaper end. Usually when we price this hotel, it's over $500 or sometimes $600 and above. And when you start to get that high up in prices per night, it's really similar to what the Disneyland Resort hotels charges. So compare, and if the Disneyland Resort hotels are within your price range, it might be worth it to stay at those resorts versus here. Now, if you have a larger family and you need that extra space at the Courtyard Marriott, this place is perfect for larger families, especially larger families with children who would love that water park, plus all the added amenities in the lobby in a full service hotel. We think this is an excellent choice.